Oh shit, I accidentally started typing. That is awkward. Hello.
Just did a bad thing.
Okay, so, I don't film sit-down videos anymore. I just don't, because I don't really have anything to ever talk about, and I'm not serious, and it's mainly just like gaming and shit on my channel, but just look at how red my knees are. My knees are big red, so I just got out of the shower, so that's why I look like a little, like, flushed. Anybody that's watched me knows that I'm not very a serious person. There's certain topics where I feel so strongly to like speak out on. This is one of those times. Let me water my plant, Phil back here. This is Phil. He's Phil a fucking, I don't know, plant. He needs to drink for the day. That shit buzzing. Okay. So the reason you might be asking, what the fuck is this bitch doing? I feel like I am the prime example of this, so this is why I'm going to talk about it. Impulsivity. Impulsivity. That's the word. I have always been a pussy. Sorry if that's raunchy. It's a perfect word. I have always been so afraid of everything. And I mean fucking everything. The shit that really scared me the most was being out of control of a lot of things. Like when certain shit went down, when I stopped being friends with certain people, when I lost jobs, when I stopped going to school, when I started failing school, just like a bunch of other shit like softball, sports, anything that you can think of that like would be something that could change your life for the better and for the worse. I was always so afraid of change. I was always so fucking afraid of change. I'm making this video now as like a progress, so I can also watch this a year from now or however long. But I have always been so scared. I have always been so scared of what people are gonna say, what people are gonna think, what people are gonna do, if they're gonna shit talk me, if they're gonna blah 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 blah, literally anything. I'm one of the biggest overthinkers I know. Not as much anymore. Time span, going back to last year. Last year I was a fucking loser. I'm a senior now. It was junior year, I was a fucking loser. I was going nowhere with my life. I had no job. I was turning to the wrong stuff. I had 0 friends, and at that time I couldn't grasp not having friends because I was so used to having so many friends from school friends, not actual friends. There's a very large difference there. But I obviously transferred out of school. So I stopped being friends with a lot of people, and it felt like a fucking loser. I always stayed home. I only played PlayStation. I never did school. I did do school last year technically, but I never did anything for myself. I was always just this cookie cutter little bitch, afraid of, literally that's a perfect way to put it, cookie cutter little bitch. I was the mold that people wanted me to be, and I didn't want to do that. I was dressing the way I hated. I was acting the way people wanted me to act. I was hanging out with people just to get by, not because they're my actual friends. I was hanging out with people just to get out of my house, and that caused me a lot of extra shit. But at that time, I was so desperate, and I did not want to be alone. I was always struggling with being alone, and I always had the mindset like, what the fuck is wrong with me? Why don't these people want to be friends with me? Whatever. Like, just everything you can think of, like, what the fuck is wrong with me? Like, why am I hurting so bad? Like, why? Blah, 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 blah. Literally all those points that I know a lot of people feel, like, why am I never good enough? And that started, this is really, like, getting serious. Fuck. I'm not, like, a serious person, but, like, shit. I was going through such a hard time in my life last year that I started to turn to, like, not drugs. I was not a druggie, okay? But I started turning to, like, unhealthy shit, such as, that's when I started, like, an eating disorder. And there was a lot of shit there that was really bad. I talked about it in my Instagram post. It's still on my Instagram. You can literally go look at it. I always saw people that were so popular and so pretty and so, oh my fucking god, she's so perfect. I looked at those people and I was like, what the fuck am I doing wrong? Like, and it kept me up at night. Like, I would literally be like, what the fuck is wrong with me? Like, why do people always dip out on me? Why am I always the person that's always the last option? Always. It didn't fucking click in my head for a long time, okay? That most people in my life and yours are temporary. These people are all temporary. Everybody has their own purpose in life, whether it involves you or not. People aren't gonna stay in your life forever. They just aren't. If they're meant to be in your life, they are meant to be in your life. But most of the time, these people are very temporary. They take up one chapter of your life. If you keep holding on to that one chapter for the rest of your life, or if you dwell on a certain situation with a certain person, you are going to stay mentally fucked up. Mentally fucked up. And that is how a lot of people start unhealthy habits, because of dwelling on certain situations. Like, I dwelled on a lot of situations because I lost a shit ton of friends. I lost a shit ton of friends. I was a loser. I was at home. I didn't do anything. I slept all day. I literally played PlayStation. I felt like shit. I felt like a waste of fucking space. It is essentially what's starting an eating disorder within myself. I looked up ways on how to feel better, how to not gain weight, how to be skinny, because my whole fucking homepage was these skinny ass bitches that were photoshopped as fuck, okay? Social media is photoshopped. It is fake. Social media is fake. My social media is fake, okay? If you're on my private story, literally my private story is not even private. It's just a public private. Literally, I don't give a fuck who's on it. Like, I will literally still be me. Like, just basically everything that was so fucked up with eating disorders, just to make myself somewhat feel better. Because if I had a nice body, I was okay with myself. Because my body was one of my biggest insecurities, and it still kind of is. But like, I just embrace it because like, I would always sleep on my stomach. I would only drink water during the day. I felt like shit. I couldn't even stand up. I didn't even sleep at all. You could see it in my face. I was terrible. I was gaining weight every single time I ate. Because no fucking shit, you will gain weight if you don't eat. So, that started a thing. Then, time span. Fast forward a few months. I eventually, because it was quarantine, kind of. Nah, quarantine was kind of okay. It was okay. It wasn't as fucked up because like I started to accept the fact that I won't have any friends for a long time because I started choosing me over other people, and whereas I always chose other people over myself, and I always went out of my way for people that wouldn't even lift up a finger for me. That time frame, I still kind of struggled with like the eating disorder shit up until like a few months ago, and I'm doing better. It's just I like don't just eat as much. Like, it's not like a mental thing, like I have to look this way because I don't really give a fuck what I look like. It'd be nice to be like have a nice like fucking like bikini body, but I'm not like stressing over like I have to look like this, I have to fucking do that, because I don't like, I'm satisfied with myself now, and I've always kind of have been, but it's just like at an extent as well. These temporary people that I kept dwelling over, like why am I getting dipped out on, there was times this past summer where I would literally drive home bawling my eyes out over softball, or because I got dipped out on at the last second. Like, I remember it plain as fucking day. I was just like, I literally cried out, and this is like the worst fucking pain. I'm sorry if any of you have ever felt this, because I would never wish that upon anyone. I cried out as I was driving, okay? I cried out and I was like, God, what the fuck is wrong with me? Bawling. I was like, what the fuck is wrong with me? Why am I not enough for anybody ever? And that shit, I was just so like, oh, I was in pain. I was in, I'm gonna cry thinking about it. I was in so much pain, and I was in such a dark spot this past summer and kind of like quarantine, but it was kind of off and on. So like, I would hang out with people to distract myself, but those people were just like for experience. They didn't offer emotional support. They were just there to hang out with, and that I paid for that. I paid for that in the long run. Getting out of like a lot of friendships, especially relationships as well, I've learned more about myself, and I have found out that I'm very impulsive. I'm extremely impulsive. I will spend a shit ton of money just for one experience, such as I've driven to different states to visit friends that I don't normally see. And those nights where I have been like, fuck, should I go to blank tonight and visit blah 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 and say hi and spend the night and just fucking chill with these people? Every single time there's always been that voice in the back of my head like, Natalie, what the fuck are you doing? Megan is missing. Megan is fucking missing, bitch. And then I was like, no, I trust these people. I do trust the people that I hang out with a lot. They have my back, and everybody, those friends have stuck with me longer than any of my IRLs. The people that live in different states, I don't care what anybody says, is like literally like my homies are always in different states. Always. Closer to any of those people than like my actual like IRL friends like a long time ago. Because they always helped me. They weren't there to judge me. I could never cry in front of people ever because I found it as a weak spot, and I don't necessarily cry, okay? And I'm not saying that as like, oh fuck, I don't cry, I'm such a fucking gangster. No, but I literally don't. Like, most times I just can't, okay? I don't cry when I'm sad. I still struggle with this. I push down my feelings a lot, and try to distract myself. It's pretty easy to distract myself. I either go get coffee, I drive around, I hang out with certain friends, I just find perfect ways to distract myself. PlayStation is literally right across the wall because that's my time to distract myself from like just everyday struggles of the world, you know what I mean? There's always that voice in the back of your head, and it's starting to like, well, obviously it's still gonna be there because it's like your conscience. It's gonna be like, is this a good thing to do? Are you gonna blah 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 blah? Do you have money for this? Are you gonna be just like that negative ass shit in the back of your head? You don't have to listen to that. You don't have to listen to that, okay? And I know everybody's gonna be like, fuck strict parents, like I have strict parents. Yeah, I do too, okay? You have to, this is the best thing. Asking for forgiveness is better than asking for permission. Sorry, I had to say it. It's true. It is very true. Because most of the times, those places where your parents might be really fucking pissed at you are the best night of your fucking life as a teenager. And this is like your wake-up call, because I am a prime example of being a pussy bitch, okay? I was always worried about what people would say about what I post, how I act, how I dress especially. Oh, that was another thing. I did never dress the way I liked. I always dressed to please people or what other people were wearing. Then I started getting kind of into fashion, not much, but I saw a lot of shit on like VSco, Pinterest, TikTok, and I was like, hey, I could probably rock that outfit. Like, clothing was the first thing that I used to like fully embrace myself. Just like fucking like fuck around with it, basically. I would recommend just changing something up in your closet. Stop wearing the same shit every single day. You will find shit that you're like, fuck, I fuck with this hella. I love like clothes so much and just outfits. It just makes me, it's just like my thing. Obviously people are gonna shit talk you no matter what. No matter what. You have to get over that. People are going to shit talk you no matter what you do. No matter what you say, no matter who you hang out with, no matter what you, literally what you do, people are going to shit talk you. But I take that as a learning lesson, and it kind of fuels me, honestly. As a lot of the people that have to shit talk you obviously don't even know you, because if they knew you, why would they shit talk you in the first place? And most of those people are honestly bitter, and you have something that they want to. Keep that in the back of your head. That's what I always say, like, why are they so bitter? Just pray for them. Pray for them and be like, yo, I hope you truly can love yourself. Because if you think about it, genuinely pretty people inside out, I'm not saying just looks, genuinely pretty people do not go around just saying, ew, fuck that bitch, she's fat, ew, fuck her, she's ugly, her fits are ugly, whatever. You don't do that. Because if you're self-secure within yourself, you don't care about other people. Literally don't. Like, I'm saying, like, you don't care what other people do. Like, other people's decisions do not affect you. But if they do start to affect you, check yourself. That's when you start living for that negativity, and you will not get out of that. You will not get out of that negative ass mindset for the rest of your life. And also another thing, your comfort level, your little box that you are, your little tiny box that you are born into, get out of it, please. One night, take a friend and be like, hey, let's drive through the city. Let's see some shit that we don't normally see. We might get caught, but like, fuck it. You just have to live for those. I live for those. I live for experiences. I don't have money, okay? I do not have money. I will still drive to see people just because I know that I will live for these stories when I am 20, 30, 40, 50. Life is too short. Life is too short, okay? My impulsivity. I got a stutter, y'all, my bad. Saved my life. It did, okay? It did. Because if I kept being in that little fucking box with that fucking negative ass, you're not good enough. What are you gonna do with your life, Natalie? You're not gonna be shit. People are gonna shit talk you, and you're gonna let them affect you. Like, it doesn't make sense to always be in that fucking mindset that you are going to live a shit life. You are going to live a shit life if you think you are going to live a shit life. You are going to live a fun-ass fucking life if you think you are going to live a fun-ass fucking life. It's your life. And I know this is really fucking corny, but the song Thunder by Imagine Dragons, the first time I went to Chicago, I listened to that. It said, there was a specific lyric in that song that said, and I know Imagine Dragons is very corny, okay, but just bear with me. Bear fucking with me, okay? This is like kind of the verse. This is how it starts. Dreaming about being a big star. They say you're basic. They say you're easy. You're always riding in the backseat. That was my wake-up call. You will have a wake-up call. One day it'll just hit you just like that. Like, what the fuck am I doing? What the fuck am I doing with my life? I always felt like I was riding in the backseat of my own life. That line gave me chills when I heard that on my way to Chicago, because I was like, fuck, I'm no longer in the backseat of my own life. This is my life. I'm taking the reins. I'm taking the fucking wheel. I'm going to go on the path that I'm meant to be on. I'm going to live my best life, because you are not promised tomorrow. You are not promised tomorrow, okay? You aren't. Every single time I asked for somebody's Addy, I was like, yo, what's your Addy? They'd say it, and they'd think I was kidding. I would literally be like, alright, on my way. You'd be like, alright, shit. Still haven't lied. Still haven't fucking lied when I said that. Yeah. Why this is such a dramatic video is because I feel so strongly, because I just had like one of the best nights of my life just because of impulsivity. Yeah. I'm getting it. Had like, it's not a come to Jesus moment, but like y'all know what I mean. Like, holy fuck, it clicked. It just clicked in my head. This shit that is always viewed as a bad thing. Impulsivity is viewed as a bad thing in society. That like, hey, you're going to impulsively spend your money on temporary shit. I spend my money on experience. There's so much difference in spending your money in materialistic things such as shoes, clothes, anything that is material, like a fucking phone, anything that is material that you can grab, that you will, trust me, I swear, people like mature when they realize that materialistic stuff is not all that's like that life offers. There is shit that you can do for fucking free. You can drive to a city. This is my favorite. This is my favorite grounding moment. It's literally like my grounding moment. Driving to a big city and just looking at the lights. And you're like, fuck, I'm living right now. Some people look at that and you're like, that's so fucking stupid. But everybody has their different grounding moments. Some people it's playing a sport. Like, holy fuck, I just hit that home run. I fucking scored that touchdown, whatever. Mine, I call them my serotonin lights. They're my serotonin lights. City lights, I fucking live for city lights, because it's like, it made me cry the first time I went to Chicago, because I was like, holy fuck, I'm actually living my life and I'm not a pussy bitch anymore. It's just like such a relief, lifted off, that I am starting my life in a good way, in the best way possible. I'm not caring about what other people say. I'm not living in this tiny fucking box. I am able to branch out. I live for growth. I live for growth and progress within myself. Live for that fucking shit. It's so satisfying seeing myself change and watching old YouTube videos being like, damn, I was really a cookie cutter bitch back then. You can fucking tell. You can tell in some of my older school videos, because that's like when I was my prime cookie cutter, because I did not want to get bullied. I got bullied a lot at school, okay? That's a different story. You just have to have your grounding moment. That object, your grounding place, a park, it could be at night, just watching the stars, having a fucking picnic, painting on a fucking beach, I don't care. The smallest fucking moments make up your fucking life. They do. The smallest moments of my life have made my life worth living. I felt like my life was not worth living. How many months ago? About a year ago. Time span. Perfect. You can visualize this. About a year ago, I felt like my life was not worth living. No suicide shit, okay? No suicide shit. But I just felt like I was going fucking nowhere, and I was on a path to just keep fucking going downhill until I had that fucking moment like, what the fuck are you doing? I was genuinely like, what the fuck do I want for myself? Do I want to keep feeling like shit every single day and staying in my bed and sleeping fucking 16 hours, literally sleeping for 16 hours, staying up for like 24, 25 hours, sleeping fucking 20 hours, not having a job, not having a car, only playing fucking PlayStation, barely doing school, not working out, not doing anything to help myself. I just kept digging myself in a fucking hole. I promise you. If you just think about it, life is 120 fucking % your mindset. It is. It is your mindset and what you make of certain situations and how you react to situations. I promise you. Trust me, you will have your grounding moment. Anything you want to do, you can do it. Literally. You can literally do anything you want to. Deadass, it's your world. And if you are so afraid to get out of this fucking comfort box and get out of your comfort zone, you will stay like this the rest of your life. And if that's not scary, I don't know what the fuck is. If you are afraid to get out of that box and you stay in that shit until you're old, you will look back and you're like, fuck, I was so boring. Maybe I drank and partied and hung out with the same people every single weekend, but I wish I really did go on that trip, or I went to the gas station with my parents more, or just little shit makes up your whole life. I promise you. I literally promise you that. But you will look back and you're like, fuck, why did I live such a fucking boring life? That was also my wake up call. I was like, I'm doing nothing with my life. I'm literally doing fucking nothing with my life. I was doing YouTube, but like, I wasn't as passionate about it. I started to lose passion for YouTube a long time ago, but like I'm slowly trying to get back into it just to motivate myself and keep myself busy. Not that I don't love it, and like all the support that people have given me, because I'm extremely grateful for every single person that has watched my videos and liked and commented and all the other social media shit. I love those people. I love you guys so fucking much for that. But I was just like, bro, I don't want to be a fucking loser for the rest of my life. You shouldn't either. And I know we are still in a pandemic right now. I'm not saying go party. I'm not saying go throw a fucking Project X party. Don't do that, please. Just don't do that. I'm saying about the little shit with like 1 or 2 of your friends. Just drive around for a little bit. Listen to loud music. Have the windows open. Just fucking vibe. You will thank yourself. Be like, shit, that was really fucking fun. We need to do that more. Just keep doing shit that you think that you will thank yourself later. Because I started doing that and now I haven't looked back. And I genuinely don't feel that strongly to ever make sit down videos with like this shit. I had to, because I'm a prime example of being a fucking loser. I don't even care if people say I am a loser. I definitely am, okay? I can admit that. I can admit that. Whatever. But last year I was just digging myself in a hole. I really was. I was not gonna go anywhere with my life. I didn't know what I wanted to do. But I'm on a mission this summer and just right now, just to hang out with as many people as I can before I leave for basic next fall. Which basic is 2 months of military training where no phone, no nothing. It's like, fuck, I'm about to piece the scene for 2 months. Yeah, fucking crazy. But, that's the video. I really felt strongly. Sorry if I was mumbling. My voice got really fucking dry. You can hear it. Fuck. So, yeah, just don't be a fucking loser. Do what you want. Stop saying this little fucking box, please. You won't thank yourself later. Okay? I love you. Peace.